the camera's rolling.
So today we're going to be playing Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon, a classic. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a real estate tycoon game, meaning you're just buying property and building buildings. There's not much to it really. It's not the best. So I got the game off abandonware, which is a website where you can get free games. So their copyrights expired or the companies have gone bankrupt, so you can just get them for free. I'll link that into the description, but if you are going to use it, just make sure to check the comments before you download anything, because some of them have been flagged for having viruses in them. Of course, Donald Trump is clean. Wouldn't expect anything less. Also, no one wants this game because it's god-awful, so there's no point putting a virus on it. Or I don't know, maybe there's some Regeneron in the file. So seeing as he's leaving the White House soon, I figured I would sit down with the man himself, have a little chat with him about his game, which I'm assuming is one of his major assets he'll be leaning more on now that his main source of income is going. So the game is about 19 years old, I think. You wouldn't be able to tell though from looking at it. I mean, it's quite a marvel to look at. But yeah, let's have a look at it. I think it's going to be
Tremendous.
Dare I even say,
A huge big league number.
A huge number. A very significant number. A very, very...
huge.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Technology in the world. I'm a professional at technology.
President Obama.
You're fired.
Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon. Mr. Trump, thank you first of all for joining me today. I know you're incredibly busy golfing and hiding in the White House, finding new places to hide. Now, do you still play this game?
Probably better than anybody that you've interviewed in a long time.
Oh, you do? And are you good at the game?
Nobody knows the game better than I do.
And how are you so good at this game?
Nobody builds walls better than me.
Is there any way you could recommend that I could up my skills and get up to your level of expertise at this game?
Read the manuals, read the book.
Welcome to Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon. The road to success is very difficult in the real estate industry. As the new boss of a local real estate company, your job is to expand the company around the globe. The following tutorial will help get you going.
Was that Zoe Deschanel doing the intro?
I don't know, I never met her.
At the bottom of the screen, you will see 5 buttons, one for each city. Your current location is represented by the highlighted button. You will also see 2 bars on the buttons that show you the market share of each city. The upper bar shows the value of your real estate. The lower bar shows the value of Donald Trump's real estate. The larger the bar, the greater your market share is. Please switch to Atlantic City now. In order to build a new building, you will first need to purchase land. You will see the minimized city maps in the top right corner of your screen. The small blue squares show the vacant pieces of real estate. Once you have purchased a plot of land, it will be shown on the map as a small green square. You may click and drag your mouse on the mini-map to change your location within the current city. The plus and minus buttons will also zoom in or out on your current view.
Okay, so we're going to skip most of the tutorial. There wasn't really much to it. The interface is fairly basic. So if you look to the top right there in the map, those blue spots are the plots of land. They're almost all the same. Some of them are a bit bigger and in better neighborhoods, but I don't really know how to tell which neighborhood is better. You can kind of just look at cracks in the building and stuff. It's sort of the only indication. But apparently some areas are more for condos and shops, and some are more for office space. There's a hotel. Apparently you can build hotels later on in the game as well. I don't actually get that far because I get too bored, but
Don't be rude.
So it's meant to be sort of a globe-trotting real estate empire that you make. And there's LA, New York, Atlantic City, London and Paris. I don't know why Atlantic City's there, it's not even Vegas. It's not really on par with the rest, but I'm assuming Trump has some property there.
I do.
Welcome to Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon. Have you got what it takes to buy, build, and sell better than the best developer on the planet?
I do.
Now construct new buildings in each of 5 cities. It doesn't matter which type you build or where you build them. The mission is won once you have at least one completed building in each city. There is a time limit of 24 months, so don't waste time.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what type of building you build or where you build it. So it's pretty much no rules. You just have to build 5 buildings. Don't even have to be profitable. Now, was this game successful?
Huge.
So it sold a lot of copies.
Billions and billions
A
and
record number.
It's a bit weird that it's on abandonware then.
But you don't know that.
So the main menu is on the right hand side. The sort of orange house shape is for buildings. So it can show you some information about a building that's already there, or about a plot of land. Then the sort of Harry Potter blue lightning thing there is for taking out loans with different banks. And then all the sliders on the right are for settings, which there are very few of. So there's a few different types of buildings you can build, and they all cost a different amount. And then you can pick the quality, the duration, as in how long it's going to take to build it. The quicker, the more expensive. And then you can have a total of 12 floors. So using the sliders for shops, offices and condos, you can adjust it. As long as it adds up to 12, you can do it. But you can also make buildings with fewer floors if you don't have the money. So you can see here at the bank, you've 4 different options for taking out loans. Different banks, they allow different amounts for different amounts of interest and longer durations. I decided to just take a leaf out of Donald Trump's book and borrow as much as I possibly could at the start, because I wasn't asked to play this game properly.
Don't be rude.
Now you may notice my style of playing is pretty much just picking the most I can possibly get out of anything and not really looking at the numbers. But I figured that would be the best way to sort of emulate the astute business magnate that is President Donald Trump. So in the banking column here, there's different sort of drop-down menus. There's the bank where you can get loans, then there's sort of a accounting sheet that shows you your balance and your revenue. Then there's charts, and in the charts you can see that you should eventually be compared to Donald Trump in the next stage of the mission.
nobody can do it like me. Nobody can do it like me.
And
Honestly.
if you go a bit further down, there's a points section that shows you your total points, including your overall assets, your revenue and reputation, which for some reason is a big thing in this game. I don't know how you get a good reputation, it just sort of gradually kept going up. This is my brand new slum I built. Built as if it's been there for 10 years. So that's what happens when you pick the quality as being really bad. You basically just make sort of a Arkham Asylum type abandoned building that no one really wants to rent. So New York attempted to be slightly geographically correct. You can see in the top right map there that there's a big stretch of park that's meant to be Central Park. Looks nothing like it though. It's mainly just empty lots. But here looks like a good spot to build a big building. Right next to the arena, so it'll be nice and noisy, but These people from like the 4th floor up could probably see the match for free. If you look at this big black building here, you can see Daddy's, the trademark hotel. I don't know if that's meant to be a reference to like a strip club or just where Donald got all of his money from.
Welcome to
Now this game is supposed to be that you eventually build up to have a big enough real estate empire that you can challenge Donald Trump, and the next mission is that you try to earn more money than him and have a better reputation. On Wikipedia it says, the player's goal is to beat Donald Trump by becoming the most influential business magnate. Now I know you wanted to make this game so that people could challenge you and your business prowess, but aside from the inspiration and motivation, how did you come about making the game?
And, you know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. I came into Manhattan, and I had to pay him back, and I had to pay him back with interest.
Now it says here that the game was made by Activision, but you were saying earlier that you made it yourself.
I don't even know who they are. I never even heard of some of them.
And how did you make it?
Technology in the world. I'm a professional at technology.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Hopefully you'll make a few more of these games. I think Trump's Zoo Tycoon would be quite fun. Just let Rudy Giuliani run around, cageless, eating all the visitors. Now again, you can kind of see that Trump's opinion of London isn't the best either. Even the footpaths look a bit grimy.
A very good relationship with the country. But
at least the football stadiums make sense here. So I kept kind of looking around to get a sense of the game to see if there's much variety or anything, but there's sort of no point.
Don't be rude.
Now, aside from what I've already done, you also get the opportunity to renovate an existing building if you want to build that and renovate it, or you can buy a pre-existing building, maybe get one on the cheap, and then renovate that. But also, you get the opportunity to demolish it. And seeing as the game is quite boring, I was kind of hoping that maybe a demolition aspect would spice it up a bit. Not sure exactly what I was thinking would happen, but actually no, I know what I was thinking would happen. But yeah, I was left quite underwhelmed. Instead, they just shoot the scaffolding up the side and then bring it all back down again, somehow erasing the building that way. Now, Mr. Trump, would you have anything to say to people who say that this game isn't worth buying?
You are fake news.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I think I might have a little look at my finances now, because it keeps saying I don't have enough money to do anything. I don't really understand how. Maybe all those loans have caught up to me.
take a look at some of these charts.
So somehow I am millions in debt, have barely any revenue, but the game is still letting me play. Do you think that's realistic?
It's a fantastic financial statement. Take a look.
Than I do. Nobody knows more about debt than I do.
Oh, okay. And why am I losing so much money then?
It's called devaluation.
Okay, well, what's devaluation then?
I really don't know. I don't know.
These charts look a bit like the COVID debt charts that he was showing in the Axios interview. Just skyrocketing numbers with no real frame of reference.
Well, right here, the United States is lowest in numerous categories, We're lower than the world.
Lower than
We're
the
lower
world?
than
What is that?
Europe.
In what? In what?
Now, sadly, I never got to put my name on any buildings, but seeing as my reputation, well, my score in total is pretty much maxed out,
It is very
might just leave it there. I somehow have 25,000 buildings. The value of the buildings is 25,000. I have 25,000 assets, and my reputation is 15,501.
Huge